Just as dramatic as today's weather was the dramatic game that VCU played against UMass. Robin, Reba, good morning to you both. Now, you can bet those living in this North Richmond neighborhood, they are waking up shocked after that drug bust had happened in a neighborhood that is visibly deemed, as you can see, a drug-free zone. Now, where this all happened was at this home just behind me here in the 2100 block of North Avenue. I'm Jerrita Patterson. Thanks for spending part of your evening with us. Now, I'm here with Mike Goldberg in the Weather Center, and you've been tracking the damage all around the area.
Yes, we had some of those.
Alexis Murphy, she left her Nelson County home in that green shaded area on Saturday, headed for Lynchburg. But in a bizarre twist, her car was found nearly an hour and a half away in that red shaded area, which is Charlottesville. Along with a combined law enforcement presence, detectives, they are stressing the importance of tips from you, the public. The conversation has been going extremely strong on Facebook since that verdict came down on our WTVR CBS 6 Facebook page. It says, bear with me, it says, Lori Potter says justice has been served. So glad he was found not guilty. He was defending himself. Thank God the jurors had good heads on their shoulders. While Marie Witzel says if he had obeyed the police, that teen would be alive. The end. The suspect in the Boston Marathon bombings remains in serious condition tonight and still has not been charged. Now, a federal source telling CNN the 19-year-old has injuries to his throat and may not be able to talk. Meanwhile, people around Boston are trying to get their lives back to normal. Well, if you fly a lot but hate having to turn off your cell phone or tablet, relief may be on its way. The Associated Press is reporting that the government is moving forward on a plan to allow you to use your personal electronics from gate to gate. There will still be restrictions on actually making calls and using the internet. Right now, they're still making sure it's safe to allow people to use their electronics during takeoff. The deadline for the proposed plan is September of this year. If one person were to claim the $540 million jackpot, they would earn nearly $4,000 a minute. That comes out to $66 every second. In fact, in the nearly 15 seconds it took me to tell you this, the winner would have made nearly $1,000. But of course, that is before taxes. We're going to tell you more about what VDOT is doing to prepare for this winter storm. As we deal with the rain as well as the winds out here. For now, I'm going to toss things back to you guys there in the studio. The Sykes say they are lucky these fallen trees managed to avoid crushing this nearly 500-gallon propane tank. You can see cleanup crews, they have arrived. The reason they are here on the scene, we are told, is not only to remove some of that debris that has littered the median, including the fuel tank from this tractor trailer, but we are told 100 gallons of fuel actually spilled out from this tractor trailer. So they are now trying to get that up, of course. Hazmat as well as state police and the wrecker, they remain on the scene. We are told this tractor trailer destroyed about 100 feet of guardrail before it landed in the median, but as you can see, it is now on the roadway as it is getting ready to be towed away from the scene. If there's any good news in all of this, it is the fact that there were no injuries reported. However, the left lane here off of Interstate 295 southbound, right by mile marker 3, it is closed.
Tree snapped off there. And that's where it landed at over there.
Hanover County was one of the hardest hit areas following an active weather weekend across central Virginia.
It looked like a war zone, and at first you kind of hesitate. You're really afraid to look at the damage because we knew we had damage.
But as Thelma and Vern Sykes surveyed the devastation surrounding their home, what they found were trees snapped in half like matchsticks.
One was pulled up. We had two.
While other trees pierced through a side fence, nearly crushing this 500-gallon propane tank. Nearly 30 miles away, here in New Kent County, a similar situation playing out as large and massive trees have been ripped from its roots, leaving behind deep pockets of damage. The storm tore through a cluster of trees outside Paul Smith's home.
I knew it had blew something over because, you know, when I came out of the house, I could see open space where trees were supposed to be.
Smith says he was actually making his way back inside his house when the first signs of the storm appeared.
I was in the car, but I couldn't even see. You could hardly see anything. It was almost instantaneous.
Leaving behind a trail of damage in its wake, in addition to trees being knocked down.
I wasn't expecting it to be blown over.
The power was knocked out.
We've got a generator that's taking care of the basic things. It just starts when the storm passes. Matter of fact, me and those steel will get to work tomorrow on it. Steel chainsaw.
Jerrita Patterson, CBS 6 News. Just outside this Chesterfield house, illuminated by Christmas lights, crime scene tape now surrounds the home.
Being this close to something like that is scary.
Early Thursday morning, forensic units were collecting and removing evidence from inside the Ronaldton Road house after police say a domestic dispute turned deadly. A disturbance one neighbor recalls hearing play out the exact moment it happened.
About 10:17 last night, I was sitting there looking at TV, and all of a sudden it was a pop, 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 pop. I said, oh my goodness.
This neighbor, who does not want to be identified, lives behind the house where the shooting took place.
And I heard somebody screaming and hollering. I said, Betty, somebody just got shot.
Police say that somebody is 32-year-old Brian Lewis Long, and the accused trigger man is this man, 20-year-old Jamisha Rashad Smith.
His aunt said he was paranoid schizophrenic, and he might have just snapped.
Detectives say Smith and Long are unrelated but live together inside the home. Shortly after the shooting, Smith went on the run, leading police on a chase, one this neighbor found himself in the midst of.
And when I turned around to go home, they said, hold it, right there. I threw my hands up in the air. I'm not moving. That's when 3 guys come in full gear, full gear.
Thank you so much for watching CBS 6 News at 11. Of course, the news continues on WTVR.com. Have a good night.